What's up guys, Earl here of Yugatech. So you are thinking of buying a new smartphone and want to have the best camera available on a phone today. You take a look at the top smartphones out right now and see that both the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra and the iPhone 14 Pro Max are available. Flagship phones from flagship companies and flagship camera systems. That's what we're here to find out. In this video, we will be comparing the all-new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra's camera system to Apple's top-of-the-line iPhone 14 Pro Max. As a disclaimer, this camera comparison is going to be pure photos only, so there won't be any video comparisons here. With all that, let's get started. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at some specs. The all-new Galaxy S23 Ultra has a quad camera setup that features a staggering 200-megapixel wide camera with an aperture of 1.7, a 10-megapixel periscope telephoto lens with an aperture of 4.9, a 10-megapixel telephoto lens with an aperture of 2.4, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera with an aperture of 2.2. For its selfies, we have a 12-megapixel wide camera with an aperture of 2.2 for the S23 Ultra. Meanwhile, the iPhone 14 Pro Max has a triple camera system led by a 48-megapixel camera with an aperture of 1.8, a 12-megapixel telephoto lens with an aperture of 2.8, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens with an aperture of 2.2. The 14 Pro Max also has a 12-megapixel wide lens for selfies with an aperture of 1.9. With all that out of the way, let's start our head-to-head comparison. For the main wide camera, I personally prefer the S23 Ultra's photos to that of the 14 Pro Max. Both cameras produce images that are extremely sharp, with good contrast, but the S23 Ultra's image have a warmer tone to them that I personally prefer. In terms of HDR, the S23 Ultra wins it as it produces a better balance of dynamic range that provides a pleasing result that isn't too jarring to the eyes. We did notice, however, the S23 Ultra tends to over-sharpen photos in post-processing, which isn't too bad, but it's still worth mentioning. The ultra-wide lens performs decent enough on both devices, but the main wide should be definitely your first option when taking photos on both. For selfies, we also have to give it to the S23 Ultra as it captures more accurate skin tones in faces compared to the more contrasty look on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. For night photography, the S23 Ultra wins again, as it is able to handle all the colors of the night shots properly with little to no light, compared to the iPhone, which sort of bleeds the colors everywhere as it tries to illuminate the subject. We can clearly see in this photo how the iPhone prefers to reproduce colors with an almost blue tint to the whole image, compared to the warmer shot on the S23 Ultra that is able to maintain the blue color of the sky without sacrificing the yellow and orange colors from the city buildings. For the zoom camera, we have to give the iPhone a props, particularly on that 10x. The iPhone 14 Pro Max's 10x photo only has a bit of a grain and was mostly able to reproduce all the colors found in the subject reasonably well. It is still no match, however, to the S23 Ultra's 10x zoom that is much clearer, more properly exposed, and all in all, much more usable than that of the iPhones. You do have to say, the iPhone zoom images are a step in the right direction, especially compared to Samsung, which has always prioritized having ridiculous zoom lenses that reach up to 100x. For occasional zoom shots, the iPhone isn't as good as the S23 Ultra, but it can hang with no problem. Now to conclude this video, it is clear to us that the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra is the winner against the iPhone 14 Pro Max in terms of photo taking. It isn't to say that the iPhone 14 Pro Max has a bad set of cameras. In fact, it is one of the best on the market today. We also can't deny that Samsung definitely brought their A-game in giving the S23 Ultra users the best photo taking experience on a smartphone so far this year. So, what do you guys think about our camera comparison? Do you agree with our verdict? Do let us know in the comment section below, and if you find this video helpful, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, and visit www.yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. This has been Around, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.